Today, I want to talk about the tragic passing of Angie Stone, a legendary artist who left an unforgettable mark on the music industry. At 63 years old, she tragically lost her life in a car accident while traveling, in a Sprinter van that flipped over and was hit by a truck. Shockingly, out of everyone in the vehicle, she was the only one who didn't survive. Angie Stone was a pioneer in neo-soul and hip-hop, having been a member of The Sequence, the first female rap group to receive a gold plaque for their song Funky Up, which was later sampled by Dr. Dre and interpolated by Bruno Mars and Marky Ronson for Uptown Funk. However, Angie and her group never received royalties or credit for their contribution. Throughout her career, she faced numerous instances where she was denied the recognition and financial compensation she deserved, especially from her label, Arista Records, under Clive Davis. She was reportedly cheated out of money by Arista and UMG, the latter of which is currently in a legal battle with Drake. Angie was preparing to take legal action against the label, exposing the corruption behind the scenes. Her passing is not only heartbreaking, but also sheds light on the struggles artists face in the industry.
A lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. But they have taken all the monies that were due to me, people that were working on my behalf, never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. So I am truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. The legal side, when you hire attorneys and managers and agents, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they're in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? And that's why I'm telling on Universal and all the people that y'all work with me, y'all know who you are. You've been spotted. You've been seen. Your worth is useless to me now because I've seen the data. That's all I'm going to say. I got a team of people, a diesel crew, that's really trying to help me navigate things. And if I never get it, at least you heard it from me, because I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me.
Was Angie Stone taken out for exposing UMG? It's an eerie thought, especially considering her own words when she once said, "I don't know what they're going to do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me." Fast forward to now, she tragically passed away in an accident, and out of everyone in her vehicle, she was the only one who didn't survive. While no one wants to jump to conspiracy theories, it's understandable why some might feel this situation seems sacrificial. Adding to the mystery, Angie had previously spoken about facing spiritual attacks and even battled a severe blood infection that left her literally fighting for her life.
I knew it was an attack. I knew it was a spiritual attack on me. However, I was treated and God healed me, cleared up. They cleared up the blood infection.
Now that Angie Stone has unfortunately passed away, hopefully, her children can continue her fight to reclaim what is rightfully hers, as the controversy surrounding UMG's alleged theft of her royalties has gained widespread attention. With people watching how UMG will handle this, Many believe Angie deserves the recognition and compensation she was denied during her lifetime. Despite the struggles she faced in the industry, her legacy is undeniable. She was part of the first female rap group, The Sequence, as well as other groups like Mantronix and Vertical Hold, which had an R&B radio hit with It Seems Like You're Much Too Busy. She transitioned into songwriting before launching a solo career, becoming a pioneer of the neo-soul movement, recording 11 studio albums and delivering hits like I Wish I Didn't Miss You, No More Rain, Brother, and I Wanna Thank You. Angie worked with legends like Prince and Lenny Kravitz. She even played saxophone for Lenny, and played a major role in shaping D'Angelo's Brown Sugar and Voodoo albums, both of which were pivotal for neo-soul's rise. Her influence extended beyond her own music. After her work with D'Angelo, Maxwell's team sought her expertise to craft his signature sound, though she declined out of loyalty to D'Angelo and exhaustion from his project. Angie also played a crucial role in launching the careers of Erykah Badu, Lyfe Jennings, and Mariah Carey. Her team helped push Badu to stardom. She personally gave Jennings his first major opportunity by cutting her own set short on tour, so he could perform, and she even influenced Mariah Carey's signing. When industry executive Arthur Baker consulted her about Mariah's potential, Angie advised that a major label should sign her, leading to Tommy Mottola discovering and signing the future superstar. Angie Stone's impact on music is immeasurable, and though she was often overlooked, her contributions to the industry will never be forgotten.
Little did Mariah Carey know that everything was hanging on the hinges of this little black big lip girl here. And Arthur Baker trusted my opinion enough to, number one, run it past my ears, and number two, ask my opinion on whether she should go to a major label or stay on an independent label. So, like I said, a secret that you didn't have to know, but she never knew. I never told her. Shout out to Brenda K. Starr for bringing Mariah Carey's tape to Arthur Baker. Shout out to Angie Stone for giving her the thumbs up way back when.
Angie Stone's influence in the industry extended beyond music. She also played a spiritual role in people's lives. In the early 90s, P. Diddy found himself in serious trouble after overbooking a college event that led to a tragic stampede, resulting in the deaths of 9 people. As he faced immense backlash and threats, he turned to Angie Stone, asking her to pray for him during that difficult time.
I just happened to be in the studio this particular day, and because he never ever really bothered with me or spoke to me in that fashion, I wasn't a part of Uptown. I was just at MCA. On this particular day, I was coming off the elevator. I will never forget it as long as I live. And Puffy came to me, first time, speaking to me as a decent human being. And he said, "Hey, Miss Stone." I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He said, "How are you?" I said, "I'm fine. I'm shocked you speaking to me." He said, "Miss Stone, would you please pray with me?" I said, "Well, of course." When he asked me to pray with him, I believe at that moment Puffy was terrified for his life. I think that he was afraid because all of the things that had gone out and about that party, they were singling him out, and I don't think that he thought he was going to survive it. And I was just happy that whenever he didn't speak to me, I knew he couldn't see me. But on this day, he saw the God in me, which was so not about me, but it was so about the spirit that I carried.
Angie Stone had many accomplishments beyond music. She sang the theme song for the hit sitcom Girlfriends, and even ventured into acting, appearing in movies like The Hot Chick and Fighting Temptations, alongside Beyoncé and Cuba Gooding Jr. She later joined reality TV, most notably starring in R&B Divas, but the show became too messy. Angie ultimately walked away after discovering that her fiancé, Ashanti Graves, was cheating on her with one of the show's producers, E.
We became like catfight divas.
Yeah.
And that was something that I didn't sign up for. The people, the powers that be, were so messy that I found out someone in the production team was dating my then fiance.
Girl, listen, I
Right.
still can't get over the fact that there was a person on the production team.
Yeah.
Like, how was she doing? Was she manipulating like schedules and whatnot so she could go slide into your man?
Booking secret hotel rooms.
What?
I know because they were all on my text messages when she thought she was texting his phone. It was really my business phone.
Because you the boss lady.
Angie Stone faced significant drama in her relationship with D'Angelo, which was heavily scrutinized by the public and the industry. Many criticized their relationship because she was older, dark-skinned, and plus-sized, not fitting the image some felt was suitable for him. Beyond public judgment, insiders in the music industry actively worked to sabotage their relationship, adding even more stress to their already complicated dynamic.
He pursued me. I did not pursue him. I thought he was older than what he was because he had an old soul. At the time, we were just the best of friends. As time grew, we ended up falling for each other. Minute he decided to become a sex symbol or the industry cultivated a sex symbol, I became dog meat to them. People want to know about D'Angelo and I. And it came to me via one of the employees that worked for that company that represented him. It was told to me that they were single-handedly put in charge of sending out letters everywhere to make people think that I was the cause of him being exposed to alcohol, to drugs, to everything that could have gone wrong, and that person knew that it was all fabricated. So the person let me know, and has gone on record to say that when the time comes, they will step up to the mic and let it be known that that was their assignment, to destroy my credibility by way of making me look crazy in a relationship that was innocent and pure.
Angie Stone's relationship with D'Angelo not only faced public scrutiny, but also severely impacted her career, as people in the industry actively tried to ruin her reputation and their connection. She also dealt with jealousy from other women, including a female reporter who brazenly told her she was sleeping with D'Angelo. Professionally, their relationship took a bitter turn when Angie began receiving credit for helping shape D'Angelo's music, as she was one of the few who could get him to focus and complete his albums. However, as her contributions became more recognized, D'Angelo grew resentful and prideful, leading to a professional and personal fallout between them.
Everybody and their mama wish Angie Stone and D'Angelo would get back together and work again. His pride as a man would not allow him to do that because he doesn't want to share the credit.
Angie Stone's professional and personal relationship with D'Angelo was never the same. Despite sharing a son, co-parenting with him was challenging, and their past together left a lasting emotional toll on her. The experience was so traumatizing that she was hesitant to enter a similar relationship again, to the point where she even turned down a romantic pursuit from actor Idris Elba.
Idris and I were like sister and brother. We both had the same manager. And, you know, the little crushing here and there. He was smitten with me, I think, because I wasn't pushing up on him like that. I just couldn't do it. And so I had heard many stories where he had told people, I know he'd been looking for me, told people he was really digging me, and I won't give him the time of the day. But I wanted to keep my friend, and in order to do that, I knew I couldn't cross lines because I really valued the friendship. I had already had a high-profile relationship with D, and so I really didn't want another one. And I just didn't want to be hated by the world anymore. So I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Angie Stone faced several disappointments in the industry, including her frustration with Mary J.Blige for taking 2 of the songs she had worked on with D'Angelo, one called Every Day, and another titled Die, which Mary renamed Paradise.
When I wrote Every Day, it was my song, always my song. D'Angelo and I had written a song for me, a project I was working on for me. We also had written a song called Die, which she calls Paradise. Now, mind you, they went and put Every Day out with her singing on top of me, left all my vocals in. They did the same thing with her version of Die. It's called Paradise. And they took the song without permission and released it to the internet. The ultimate disrespect. The label called me up. Her label called me up maybe 3 years ago and say, hey, we got this version. Did you know that the Mary J. Blige version of Every Day, such and such and such, I won't go into the details. And I'm like, yeah, are we still there? They got a whole label copy that they actually released and tried to get money for. That's when I got tight. I got tight because I'm like, you don't do that. Don't. Why would you take mine? Why would you take from me? You don't have to. You are a megastar. You are a multimillionaire. You have everything and everyone in your corner. Not to mention, in the very beginning when no one was believing in you, I stood there. I believed in Mary J. Blige. I took Mary J. Blige to my house after her managers begged me to coach her.
Angie Stone also spoke about how some people in the industry wanted to replicate her style, even revealing that Jill Scott's team had her copying Angie's signature sound and approach.
Jill Scott. But lo and behold, I would eventually find out that she was basically shadowing me, following just what was going on with me because they were getting ready for her to drop her project. And her team, not Jill, but her team, wanted all of the people that did my hair, my makeup, and styled me. They wanted my team to work for Jill Scott because they wanted the same attention. That's the part that made me go, We were both scheduled to perform at an award ceremony. I walked out on stage with a tie-dye dress on, and Jill walked out from the other side of the stage with the exact same dress on. I was like, oh my God.
Jill Scott also ended up taking a role that was originally meant for Angie Stone in the show, the #1 Ladies Detective Agency. However, this wasn't Jill's fault. It was actually Angie's own team that mishandled her acting opportunities, ultimately costing her career advancements in that field.
Yes, I was almost chosen for that show. At the time, Idris Elba was a part of the show. And Idris called me up. He said, sis, he said, who's representing you? He said, the only reason you didn't get the job is because your team misrepresented you. He said, Jill had just come off of a movie and he recommended they give it to her, not knowing I had auditioned and that they had chose me. It was at that point that I had to go and reevaluate my team. I won't call their name, but they dropped the ball. Instead of really pursuing for me and fighting for me, they were so busy trying to get in everybody else's hair.
Angie not only had to deal with her team mishandling her acting career, but also faced criticism over her weight for a long time, including being fat-shamed by Clive Davis, which added to the many disappointments she experienced in the industry.
And I'm in the dark. That was what they did because I was overweight and they didn't want anybody to know how overweight I was. So they shadowed me in the dark. So all you saw was my face. That was an attempt to cover me so that it wouldn't hurt the sales.
Why did you leave Clive Davis to begin with?
I think I was rubbed the wrong way when I found out I didn't make the Oprah show because of my weight. Oprah Winfrey did a big special on Neo Soul, and every artist was on there, from Jill Scott to India Arie. I think Alicia was on there for Falling, and I was the only artist that was not on there. Well, you have to know that it devastated me when my manager at the time was Breon Prescott, and he turned around and told me, Angie, Clive wouldn't let you go because of your weight. He didn't want you to be on there because he felt like you were too big.
Angie wanted to leave Clive Davis and Arista Records not only because of the criticism over her weight, but also because she felt that D'Angelo's team was negatively affecting her standing at the label. She noticed her budget was being cut, and, to make matters worse, she was deeply upset when Clive Davis's golden girl, Alicia Keys, took the name of her album, which further pushed her to walk away from the label.
You know, I usually have $1 million album budget. They wanted me to make the record for $500,000. And at the time, I had Diary of a Soul Sister. It was what the album was going to be called. Well, the straw that broke the camel's back was shortly after that, they told me I had to change the name of my album because Alicia was doing Diary of Alicia Keys.
Mm.
And at that point, my chest sunk in. And I wrote Clive a letter and asked for a release. I just felt like I was kind of pushed out. D'Angelo had lost his deal with Virgin. I made a phone call, and I got Clive and Peter Edge to sign him to J Records. Lo and behold, I believe his manager at the time, not knowing it had come through me, basically made a deal. I'm thinking it made a deal that we'll come, but she has to leave.
Oh.
And so I kind of got a feeling my album budget got cut.
Despite facing numerous disappointments and setbacks in the industry, Angie Stone remained dedicated to her craft, consistently creating and releasing music. With her legacy now being acknowledged, there is hope that she will finally receive the royalties owed to her by UMG. Rest in peace to Angie Stone. My condolences go out to her family, friends, and loved ones. Let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you care. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.